Hi guys, welcome to Classic Sitcoms Facts and Trivia. I appreciate you being here. Before we get started, please subscribe. Thank you. Today's video is on some facts about Carroll O'Connor, Archie Bunker. Shut up, use. Some things you may not know. Let's take a look. Like Archie, Carroll O'Connor was a New Yorker. He was born on August 2nd, 1924 in the Bronx, New York, and like the character who made him famous, O'Connor lived in Queens as a child, first in Elmhurst and later in Forest Hills. The Bunkers lived in Astoria. Unlike Archie, O'Connor came from a family of white-collared professionals. His father was a lawyer, his mother was a teacher, and his two younger brothers became doctors. Both Archie and Carroll O'Connor served our country. Archie Bunker is a proud veteran of World War II, a Purple Heart recipient who served in the Army Air Corps in Italy. In real life, O'Connor was a student in the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy and served in the Merchant Marine during the war. Afterward, he attended the University of Montana, where he met the future Mrs. O'Connor, Missoula native Nancy Fields. Burgess Meredith gave him his big break. Carroll O'Connor married Nancy in 1951 while studying acting at the National University of Ireland. After living and working in Europe for 3 years, using the stage name George Roberts, O'Connor and Nancy moved to New York City in 1958. He was cast in an off-Broadway adaptation of James Joyce's Ulysses, earning an acclaim from critics. That production was directed by Burgess Meredith, a future Oscar nominee for Rocky and Day of the Locust. O'Connor would return to favor decades later, casting Meredith as Judge Coley on In the Heat of the Night. Meredith also co-starred on the short-lived All in the Family spinoff Gloria with Sally Struthers and made guest appearances on Archie Bunker's Place. O'Connor's adopted son had troubled life. O'Connor made his film debut in '58 in The Defiant Ones, a racially fraught drama. 4 years later, while filming Cleopatra in Italy with Elizabeth Taylor, Carroll and Nancy adopted a newborn baby boy. They named him Hugh, after O'Connor's younger brother, who had recently died in a motorcycle accident. 16 years later, Hugh O'Connor was stricken with Hodgkin's lymphoma and forced to endure chemotherapy and surgeries. He survived, but reportedly developed a dependency upon the drugs that would plague him for the rest of his life. Hugh O'Connor worked behind the scenes on Archie Bunker's Place in the early 80s and cast In the Heat of the Night as Sparta cop Lonnie Jameson, a character he played for the run of the series. Sadly, he took his own life in 1995, just weeks before the final episode aired. He was 32 years old. He first played Archie 3 years before All in the Family premiered. O'Connor first caught Norman Lear's eye as a blustery general in Blake Edwards' What Did You Do in the War, Daddy? He was living in Rome when he got the call from Lear offering him a role of Archie Justice in 1968. The series, then titled Justice for All, was so unlikely to sell, at least in O'Connor's opinion, that the star demanded a return plane ticket as part of his deal. He was right, but only temporarily. After one more pilot in '69, the retitled All in the Family was finally sold to CBS and debuted in 1971. He nearly quit All in the Family in a contract dispute. After starring in the television's highest-rated series for 4 seasons, he requested a raise in July of '74. Lear balked, and O'Connor walked. He missed 3 episodes, with Archie's disappearance explained by his going missing during a business trip. If O'Connor had indeed left the show, Lear's plan was for Archie's co-worker, Stretch Cunningham, to take over as the lead. Cromwell's first appearance came just weeks before O'Connor's walk-off. He was killed off in season 7, with Archie himself doing the eulogy. He never said goodbye. After 9 seasons, All in the Family morphed into Archie Bunker's Place in the fall of '79. Sally Struthers and Rob Reiner had departed after season 8, and co-star Gene Stapleton would do the same after appearing in 5 episodes of the sequel series. Archie Bunker's Place was canceled unexpectedly by CBS in '83 after 4 seasons with no opportunity for a finale. After 12 years and more than 300 episodes, Carroll O'Connor never got the chance to give his career-making character a proper send-off. Carroll O'Connor and Carol Burnett played husband and wife. After shooting his last episode of Party of Five in '96, he was cast as Helen Hunt's father, Gus Stemple, on NBC's long-running sitcom Mad About You. In a bit of inspired casting, Gus's wife was played by fellow television icon Carol Burnett. The two living legends had never acted together, but they did share the screen in a number of TV specials. The most notable of these was Keep U.S. Beautiful, and '73 ecology-themed special on CBS. I love All in the Family. Great show. Didn't like the way conservatives were pictured and liberals were pictured, but this was a show that you could throw that out the window and just enjoy and laugh. And that's when we was able to laugh at each other, and laughter is a big thing. I'm going to ask a favor from you, if you would. My mom was just tested positive for COVID, and she's 88 years old, and I would appreciate it if you guys would send some prayers up for a quick recovery. I know you will. I still want to say thank you for doing it. God bless. I'll be praying for you.